I'm meteorologist Danielle Moss with the weather impact update for you. Today was definitely a cold day all day long. We had a weather impact alert for the first part of the day, but honestly, it was just really cold. Our high, only 51 degrees, which is around 8 degrees cooler from where we should be. And that wind just made things feel really cold out there. Here's a look at your live radar outside. Not much activity across the southeast. In fact, it is mostly dry. We're not looking at much precipitation, but if we take a closer detailed look into Tennessee tonight, there's some light rain snow mix that's moving across the mountains there into the Appalachians. And you know, we have been lucky. We haven't been seeing any precipitation at all. With these really cold temperatures and the wind chill, that's definitely the formula to see some possible flurries. Here's a look at our current temperatures right now. It's 40 degrees in Atlanta. As you take a wider look, we are not the only ones that are being impacted by this brutal cold air. And I know that you might see 21 degrees in Chicago and you're thinking that's about how cold they usually are, just not this early. That's the big thing. We're getting this air coming in from Canada. Our temperatures are very cold, very unseasonable for this time of the year. It is only the 2nd of December and Omaha is at 17 degrees right now. All of the blue on your screen shows exactly where that Arctic air is lying tonight. And if we take a look at what it feels like outside, that's factoring in that wind chill. So as the wind blows, what does that feel like on my skin? 35 degrees. That's what it feels like outside here in the metro Atlanta area. It feels like 31 in Marietta and around 39 in Athens. All across Georgia, we are just very cold. Here's a live look into Rome tonight. The winds are off and on. It's not a strong, steady wind, but every now and then you'll see those flags blowing around. Over the next few hours, our temperatures will continue to drop into the 30s. In fact, 10 p.m., 38 degrees. As you prepare for tomorrow morning, prepare yourself for more cold weather. Here's a look at our forecast track. What are we looking at over the next few hours as we continue to see that precipitation really build? What's happening is we're starting to see a little bit of cutoff from the cold front. So we're not going to see much precipitation in the North Georgia mountains. That's what's going to keep us dry, keep most of the flurries away. Some of us might see a flake or two, but honestly, we're not tracking any types of snow that's going to be really causing a major impact on you, specifically if you live in the North Georgia mountains. In fact, we are looking mostly dry as we head throughout the rest of the week until we get to the weekend. But right now our focus is on this very cold weather. Now, all of this is a part of another cold front that's going to reinforce that cold air behind. And that is what's going to continue to make it very cold for your Tuesday morning. And that's why we issued a weather impact alert for tomorrow. It's going to be below freezing once again, and the wind chill is going to be making it feel like maybe into the teens, depending on where you live. So it's going to be cold to start. And unfortunately, that cold weather is going to continue throughout the day as well. So it's just not going to stop when the sun gets out Tuesday afternoon. It's going to continue to be chilly. In fact, as we take a look at what it's going to feel like over the entire day, in the morning at 6:30, I know a lot of kids go to school, a lot of people have to go to work tomorrow. It will feel like 22 degrees here in Atlanta, I think like 18 in Blairsville and 21 in Peachtree City. And then even as we progress throughout the morning, it just won't warm up very much. Even by 8:30 on your Tuesday morning, it's going to feel more like 23 than anything. And even when we consider the warmest part of the day, really around 3 or 4 p.m., our high temperatures, the actual temperature, will be around 44 degrees. So it's going to be another below average day. Like I said before, we should be near 59 to 60 degrees for this time of the year. And we're looking at high temperatures into the 40s for Tuesday. So it's definitely going to be an unseasonably cold day. So prepare yourself for that colder weather. The wind is going to continue throughout the day, sort of like what we saw today, off and on, breezy at times, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour, maybe a 15-mile-an-hour wind gust at best. But when you're factoring in those wind gusts with the already cold weather that we have, that's what's going to make it feel so uncomfortable outside. So when we're looking at temperatures, actual temperatures near 42 degrees for tomorrow, it's only going to feel like 37 degrees on the warmest part of the day for your Tuesday. Now, as we look ahead into Wednesday, what can we expect? Is it going to get warmer? Slightly. I don't have any great news. We're not going to be looking at any tropical weather by any means, but we're going to get slightly warmer for your Wednesday, and you can see from the difference from the actual low, so the temperature that it will be when you wake up Wednesday morning compared to the wind chill and what it will feel like outside. So on Tuesday, we're looking at around 27, feeling like 21, and on Wednesday, it'll be 28, but feeling like 26. Still a cold start to your day, but it will feel a little bit better throughout the day on Wednesday. Now, as we take a look at the feels like forecast for your Wednesday, even though we don't have a weather impact alert for that day, it is still going to be very, very brisk outside. So even at 9 a.m. on Wednesday here in Atlanta, it'll feel more like 34 degrees, maybe around 28 in Clayton, and that is in the North Georgia mountains, and around 30 degrees in Carrollton, and maybe 34 down in Thomaston. And as you put the Futurecast track into motion around Wednesday afternoon, when things are the warmest, that's when you'll start to feel the difference in the air. In fact, it'll still be a little bit breezy for your Wednesday, and we'll have some cloud cover sneaking in towards the end of Wednesday, but it's going to feel more like 50 degrees here in Atlanta, feeling more like 41 in Blairsville and 51 in LaGrange. And then when you prepare for bed on Wednesday night, it will still be a little bit cool. Here's a look at that 3-day forecast. Tuesday is a weather impact alert day to start the day. But then check out your Wednesday. We get up to the low 50s, around 52 degrees. Thursday, 53. We get a little bit warmer, but the trade-off will be a little bit of rainfall on Thursday. As of right now, mostly dry on Thursday. In fact, as we take a look at our rain chances throughout the next 5 days, Thursday and Saturday both have a 20% chance for some light rain showers. Thursday looks a little bit less than what we will be seeing for your Saturday. Here's a look at our Futurecast model for that. Thursday morning looks to be maybe our best chance to get a little bit of rain shower here and there, but it will probably be a hit and miss shower, not something that we're going to be seeing some heavy rainfall on. I don't think it's going to be impacting your morning commute on Thursday, and it will be completely dry by the time we get to Thursday evening. Now, as we head into this weekend, things could get a little bit interesting here. In fact, we're looking at some rainfall that could be coming in, and it looks like it's in a form of a warm front that's going to be coming in this weekend. So that means that our temperatures are going to get a little bit warmer, which is going to feel great outside. However, we are going to get a little bit of rainfall, and it looks like we could be getting heavy rain at times as of right now. Models are not agreeing completely on exactly what we are anticipating, but as far as that rainfall is concerned for this weekend so far, it's something that we'll have to continue to watch and to monitor. But it looks like Sunday night going into your Monday will be our best chance to see some rain, but we're so far out, almost 7 days, that things are going to change along the way. So just make sure you're staying up to date. But here's a look at that forecast track for this weekend as far as that rainfall is concerned. It looks like the heaviest of the rainfall, it is going to be arriving on Sunday. And then as you prepare for your Monday afternoon, we could be seeing some possible thunderstorms as well, and some heavy rainfall associated with that. And like I said, the great news about all of this is that we will be looking at slightly warmer temperatures involved. Here's a look at your rainfall for the next 7 days. How much rain are we going to be expecting? It looks like the heaviest of the rainfall we'll be seeing off west in portions of Louisiana and Mississippi. Here in Georgia, we're looking at maybe half of an inch right now, but the heaviest of the rainfall really isn't being picked up by this model just yet. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. The most important thing that you need to know for tomorrow, it's going to be brutally cold, and I really do mean that. In fact, we're looking at highs near 44 to 45 degrees depending on where you are, and we're definitely going to be having a wind chill as well. So things will be cool. 27 degrees to start your day on your Tuesday, and then as we head for your Wednesday and your Thursday, we'll be back into the low 50s, and then for this weekend, temperatures start to climb just a little bit, but unfortunately, it does look like we're going to be having some rain showers to go along with that warmer weather. But by the time we get to Monday, it's going to feel so much better because we had so much cold weather to fight through as we get through this weekend and then to start this week. So just make sure you're staying up to date with your latest forecast, and we'll be on right here on 11Alive coming up at 11 p.m. and we'll have your latest look at your forecast throughout the next 7 days.